Move now to Tennessee, where a community is mourning the loss of a high school cheerleader.
Gall is serving a life sentence now for the killing of 16-year-old Emma Walker.
Emma Walker was an honor student and cheerleader on her championship-winning high school squad.
The relationship. Early goal, a wide receiver on the football team. He caught Emma Walker's attention while she was cheerleading. The two had begun an on and off again relationship. The victim's friend claimed that Gall was controlling and obsessive. The mom said he had a way of isolating her and made her think of her, made her think he was the only one for her.
After the Friday night high school football game, Emma Walker and several of her friends decided to hang out at her best friend's house. Everyone was aware that Emma and William had recently broken up. One of Emma's friends, Zachary Green, testified that Emma shared with him the weird messages she received. Come outside alone if you don't want to see a loved one get hurt. Go to your car with your keys. Go alone. I've got someone you love. If you don't comply, I will hurt them. Emma replies, I'm going to call the police. The anonymous person replies, if you like to hear his crying and screams, give him a call. Emma and everyone inside walked outside the house. Once outside, they saw an individual who had been lying on the ground, whom they now recognized as William Gall. Emma, shaken up and confused, asked William why he was there and telling him that he needed to leave. William, confused also, told the group that he had been kidnapped, holding his hand behind his head. Zachary Green also testified that when the incident ended, Emma walked back inside the house and William walked away, still confused. The next day, the group had breakfast at Chick-fil-A and then went their separate ways. Later that morning, Emma communicated through a group text message that someone dressed in black was walking toward her home and then banging on her door trying to get into the house. Another one of Emma Walker's friends testified that also Saturday, November 19th, Chick-fil-A breakfast, she was returning to her home located just a few doors from Emma Walker's home. When she saw that William dressed in black walking on the other side of the street, she said she recognized him by his stance. She stated that she watched him for a moment, then reached to open her garage door. William looked at her garage door and then turned and walked towards the swimming pool. Approximately 5 minutes later, she drove into the pool parking lot and saw William's Honda Accord parked in the usual place. She testified that she was familiar with William's vehicle, which had a Tennessee flag sticker on it. After seeing the vehicle parked at the pool, she immediately texted William to ask why he was at the pool. In the text messages, which were included with the numerous other exhibits in the case, William said that he had eaten breakfast with his stepfather and had been with Mr. Walton all morning. She said she knew William was not telling the truth because she had just seen him, and she thought that his purpose in being there was to scare Emma as he did the previous night. During the cross-examination, she testified that she knew without a doubt that she saw William walking down her street on Saturday morning and that she saw his car parked at the pool. She acknowledged, however, that she told the police in her initial interview that she thought it was William and that she was 50-50 in her identification of the vehicle. During the redirect examination, she explained that the uncertainty she initially expressed was because the last time she had seen the vehicle before that Saturday, it still had orange Tennessee flag sticker in the rear windshield.
The state of Tennessee versus Riley William Gall was a high-profile trial that captivated the state and the nation, centering around the tragic death of Emma Walker. The case shed light on the dynamics of an abusive relationship and the devastating consequences it can have. Let's delve into the details of the trial, the evidence presented, and the impact it had on all those involved. On November 21st, 2016, when she was found dead in her bedroom, the victim of a fatal gunshot wound. The prosecution in the trial of Riley William Gaul argued that Emma's ex-boyfriend, Riley Gaul, was responsible for her death. They presented a compelling case alleging that Riley had stalked and harassed Emma in the months leading up to her murder. Text messages and social media posts were introduced as evidence, revealing a pattern of controlling behavior and threats directed towards Emma. Witnesses testified to seeing Riley near Emma's home on the night of her death, and security camera footage placed him at the scene. Forensic evidence, including gunshot residue and DNA samples, linked Riley to the crime. The prosecution painted a picture of the jealous and possessive ex-boyfriend who was unwilling to let Emma move on from their relationship. The defense, on the other hand, sought to cast doubt on the prosecution's case. They argued that Riley was not capable of committing such a heinous act and that there was insufficient evidence to prove his guilt beyond a reasonable doubt. They presented character witnesses who spoke highly of Riley and his relationship with Emma, suggesting that he was not capable of violence. As the trial unfolded, emotions ran high in the courtroom.
Saturday night she had asked us to turn the alarm system on.
Okay. Had she ever asked you that before?
Yeah.
And you all have an alarm?
Judge, we'll object to hearsay to that, let it strike.
You all have an alarm?
No, it was the one before that. Request made by Emma about an alarm system.
Expression of fear, Judge, 8033.
You can ask her if she asked to do something, you just can't quote what was said.
And she asked you to turn the alarm on?
Yes, she did.
And she'd never done that before?
No, she had never done that.
Judge, I object to leading.
That last one was saying
Had she done that
No.
in the past? And so Saturday night, where did Emma stay Saturday night?
She was at home on the Saturday night.
Okay. And what was the plan on Sunday?
She worked at Eagles from, I'm thinking 12 to 5 or 1 to 5.
Well, I guess we didn't talk about that. Emma also had a job?
Yes, she did.
Tell the members of the jury what her job was.
She worked at Eagles as a cashier. She worked Sundays and Mondays.
Okay. And 2 days a week?
Yes.
Okay.
Your Honor, if Mr. Allen would prefer to testify, I'd like to be sworn. He's continuing to lead the witness, Judge.
all right, it's to some extent that she's just moving through testimony. I think that's to be more.
And so you said the plan that day she had to work?
Yes.
Go ahead and tell us what did she have to do that day?
She was just, we had gotten up and I had followed her to work and he's gone to eat breakfast before she went.
Why did you follow her to work?
I was just worried about the events that had happened that weekend.
Okay. Pursuant to your conversation?
Yes.
Okay. And with regard to that shift, what was her shift that day?
It was either from 12 to 5 or 1 to 5.
Okay. And what happened at the end of her shift?
Her dad, Mark, went to wait until she got off to follow her home.
Okay. And
Family and friends of both Emma and Riley were in attendance, grappling with the heartbreaking reality of the situation. The jury deliberated carefully, weighing the evidence presented by both sides before reaching a verdict. In the end, Riley Gaul was found guilty of first-degree murder in the death of Emma Walker. The verdict sent shockwaves through the community, bringing a sense of closure to Emma's loved ones while raising questions about the prevalence of domestic violence and the need for greater awareness and prevention efforts. The trial of the state of Tennessee versus Riley William Gaul was a sobering reminder of the devastating impact of domestic violence and the importance of holding abusers accountable for their actions. It served as a call to action to educate the public, support victims, and work towards a future where tragedies like Emma Walker's untimely death are prevented.